Hello everybody, welcome back to the podcast. Danny here, and today I'm talking to you about NOiSE. So of course, written and drawn by the boy Tsutomu Nihei. This is one volume. This was published in 2000 to 2001 in, of course, Afternoon Magazine, monthly series here. And this is during the time that Blam was being made. So the synopsis here from my anime list states, this is a funny part right here. The Bible has its Genesis, the Matrix has the Second Renaissance, Blam has NOiSE. This is the prequel, the basically D-Day for what happened and how we became to the place that we're at now in the series. It takes place roughly 3,000 years before, I'm assuming, the first chapter, to give us a scale of what is going on. We have our two main characters, Musubi Susono and Klossa. They're both detectives in an agency in one of these cities. And technology's already advanced, right? Like you have nanochips, implants, and all that crazy sci-fi stuff that we love to see. And basically what happens here is it shows us the start of the silicone creatures and how they were created, and it gives us insight onto what is still going on during Blam as that was going on. The story, it was cool. It showed off ideas that is introduced when we come back to Blam. But man, there was just a lot of moments where I was like, bro, what is going on? What the fuck? Right? There's a lot of that. Nihei really went left field with this one. So wild and abstract. Of course, the art is fantastic. It's got the same grittiness as Blam does, right? It fits the themes very well. And it took an interesting take to it, which I thought was nice. And it was both enlightening and confusing at the same time. I thought it was teasing us a character that was going to be recurring in the main series. I thought it was going to be a main focus, but turns out no. The main character, the main character, Susono, she's just doing her own thing in the megastructure that is the world Blam. And it gave us the scale of what has been going on since the beginning of this. I don't want to spoil it because it's interesting stuff. So definitely read this after you read Blam, though. I think that's the best way to do it, because this was written in the middle of him writing the series, like towards the end. So definitely, you would go to that. One cool thing about NOiSE, though, like because it's one physical volume, the final chapter is actually his debut one-shot of Blam, but without the explanation point. And it was a totally different series involving our main character, Keely. And it was cool. It was interesting. It was definitely in the realm of Gantz, Inuyashiki, right? That mangaka, like what he likes to do with the weird abstract sci-fi stuff. Similar to what this one shot is, but just seeing what the one shot is compared to what the series was, crazy glow up when it came to the writing. So yeah, I mean, other than that, definitely check out NOiSE. It's cool. It's cool. It's just like in the last part for this, right, with Gakuen. It's more of just expanding into the world. It's not necessary, but it's definitely appreciated and makes you think more into the series and what was really going on. And the fact that with this, there's still room for more in this world, and I said in the main episode that there are those theories that people come up with in the community that think his other works are all connected to each other, like one solid universe. And I'm curious when I get to his other stuff if we're ever going to get back to this. Right now, Opossums, it's kind of doing its own thing. Maybe. I don't know, because the way that world is set up is they're outside, they're not inside a thing. So that's going to be interesting to see where that series goes whenever that resumes or is translated over here in the West. But yeah, like this, with the art, it does still get a little messy when it comes to the action. I'm used to it reading, the main series Blam, but it's still gritty and all that, right? Gruesome. It definitely feels the same, but yeah, that's the problem at the same time, is some of it's just a little too jumbled, but really great stuff. A nice origin piece, and the fact that it doesn't give us the origin for Killy, I thought that was fine. It gave us the origin for a lot of other stuff that was fascinating to read. So definitely give this a read after you read the main series. And with that is going to be closing off these parts for the Blam series, unless something else comes out. So thanks for listening, guys. Again, any questions, comments? What did you think of this prequel? What do you think of Nihei as a mangaka? Right, he's slowly getting into the top of my list for mangakas. It's so good. So you can send us an email, unversepodcast@gmail.com, for all that good stuff. Of course, going to talk about it in the next episode. And while we wait for that, you can follow us on social media at Unversed Podcast, anywhere you go. Let you know when those episodes drop. Thanks again, guys. I'll catch you on the next episode.